Hi everyone, and welcome to week 2. We are taking a step back in time this week to learn more about the historical context of our social work profession, as well as some historical moments for social welfare policy development. To accomplish that, we've got several readings this week for you all to focus on. So you're going to start by finishing chapter 1 of Lane. So you had last week in module 1 to read pages 1 through 5. Now you're going to pick up pages 5 through 20. And what that chapter in Lane will do is going to start with pre-Elizabethan poor law and bring you all the way up to today, so that you can go through all the various historical eras that have really, again, sort of had impacts on both social welfare policy and the social work profession. And you're going to use what you learn in that chapter to inform part 2 of your social change project, which I'll talk about in just a moment. In addition to finishing chapter 1 of Lane, you're also expected to read one section of Social Work Speaks, which talks about the role of government. If you are having difficulty getting a copy of Social Work Speaks, just reach out to me and let me know, and I'll see if I can maybe, I don't have a scanner, but I'll see if I can get some of the pages to you if you're having challenges with reading that one section. There are also a few articles that you need to read this week, and then as there is every week, there are some videos and of course the lecture in the module as well for you to make sure that you review before you do either of the assignments this week. This week you're going to have 2 assignments, so you're going to have a discussion post just like we did last week. You'll have those throughout the semester. I want to reinforce a few things with the discussion posts. So 1, please make sure that you're getting your initial post done by Thursday. It is absolutely due by end of the day on Thursday, and then your response to 2 peers is due by the end of the module, which is the end of the day on Sunday. When you are making those initial posts and the responses to peers, make sure that you are looking at the rubric. If you are unsure what the rubric is or where to find it, watch my video that's in the announcements that just gives you a brief demonstration. It's only 5 minutes about where to find rubrics and how to use them, especially for the discussion posts. I want to make sure that you're doing things in your discussion posts, particularly like making connections back to course materials. I saw several folks do that, which was wonderful, but several didn't. So make sure that you're doing that. And the rubric is just a brief chart that describes to you for both your discussion posts, and then there's a separate one for your social change project about how I'm going to evaluate and grade everyone's assignments. So I grade you all the same, right? I have the same criteria that are described in that rubric. So familiarize yourself with that rubric for both the discussion posts and for your social change project, so you know what to expect in terms of what you need to be doing in those assignments. The really cool thing about the discussion post this week, though, is that it is a video from you. So your initial post on Thursday needs to be a brief video that goes through all the points that are in the assignment description in the module. We're going to be looking at current events, which I think is really great and timely given that we just went through, as I mentioned last week, an inauguration and are going through a change in administration, which usually means shifts in social welfare policy. So you're going to need to look up 2 news sources and again sort of connect those back to the historical context that you're reviewing in your readings. So don't skip ahead and just look at current events, because you are going to have to connect it to your readings. So make sure that you get that chapter 1 of Lane done as soon as possible. If you have any questions on the discussion posts or any of the assignments, reach out to me. I am always here. I always get back within 24 hours. So do not hesitate to email me if you want to touch base on the phone or Zoom, or if you have an email question, happy to do that anytime. If you don't ask the question though, I can't help you. So please, again, don't hesitate to reach out. You also, in addition to the discussion post this week, need to do part 2 of your social change project. You're going to choose 2 historical eras. They should be from the Lane text, which goes through historical eras, and you're going to describe how those eras relate to the population that you chose in module 1. Right? So you're going to describe in particular how the events of that era impacted your population, or there are laws that were passed or that weren't in effect that were having a negative impact on folks. And you're also, to the degree possible, going to describe the role of social workers in that historical era and the impact that they had on those events. As always with your social change project, make sure that you are using APA formatting. I've got a separate announcement that goes through that in depth. So if you again have questions about APA formatting, just let me know. And last but not least, there's kind of a fun, much lighter assignment that you have to do, which is social welfare history bingo. It's just like any other game of bingo. You have to define terms or historical eras in either a row across, up and down, or a diagonal, just as you would for bingo. Once you do that, you've completed the assignment. Whoever in the section gets that assignment done correctly first, I will give you 10 extra points on your lowest assignment at the end of the semester. So don't skip over that bingo and try to get that done when you can. I'm going to grade throughout the week the assignments that were submitted for Module 1. If you have already reached out to me and asked for an extension or more time for those assignments, that is fine. We will keep working together on that. If, however, you have not reached out to me and not communicated a need for more time, then any assignments that were due by end of the day on Thursday or end of the day on Sunday and that I haven't received, once I do receive them, there'll be 5 percentage points deducted for each day that they're late. And that's just what's written out in the syllabus. That's not something that I'm doing to penalize anyone as an individual. It's just, again, we've all got the same expectations. I'm very reasonable about extensions though, but I need you to reach out to me in order to make those extensions. So it's on you. It's your responsibility to be proactive in your communication. I am always here, again, for questions, extensions, whatever you got going on. I'll do office hours on Wednesday, just as I did last week. If that time doesn't work and you want to touch base, just shoot me an email and I'll do all that I can to accommodate that. Good luck with the class this week. I think it's a really fun module. I love the connecting back to current events. I think a lot of students find that meaningful. So I hope that you enjoy. And again, reach out if you need anything. Take care.